down to the glutes. So this is a muscular wall, and it is mobile. It can be moved up and down, exactly the same as the jaw of the mouth. I'm specifically referring to the space between the pubic bone and the muscular wall to see how wide it is. Now, in a clenched state or a Kegel state, you can see that we have compression in all areas. The abdominal wall's caved in, the glutes are tight, and there's a very small space between the pubic bone and the muscular wall. This is closed, and you can see that there's more space than when we have a clenched state, which is open. So this is the difference between Kegel and closed. Closed is our resting state. When we're in the closed position, our muscles aren't over-tightened. They're getting some blood flow. So the closed state is the resting state. It's the state we pretty much walk around all day in. It's the state where we can hold urine without a problem because the sphincter muscle around the urethra and the anus is closed. So we don't have to worry about leakage. But to be clear, the closed state is not the position for urinating or defecating. That requires us to be more relaxed. So that brings us to the last position, which is open. And you could see how wide the vaginal opening is. There's no pressure on the urinary sphincter. There's no pressure on the bowel sphincter. You could see the difference between closed at the top and open. And this is really like the jaw of a mouth. You can actually watch the position of the pelvic floor move downward in the open state. That releases all the pressure off the muscles of the urethra and the colon, so our organs can evacuate through an open channel instead of a tight, closed channel. And this is how pelvic floor dysfunction and dysfunctional voiding and dysfunctional defecating all cross over. Because when we are really tight at that opening, or even in just a closed state, we cannot evacuate properly. We have to learn to drop the muscle down in order to do that. But many of us do the opposite. We even raise the muscle up. Many of us start our urinary stream by clenching, tightening, pushing to get things out. And this is called dysfunctional evacuation. It puts a lot of pressure on the opening, and it can even drop our organs outside of us, especially after a vaginal delivery. So, now that you know the difference between open and closed, the next thing to do is learn how to make the movement.